Today, I'm going to talk to you about launching and the biggest mistakes I see business owners make when they launch a course or membership. I'm Lisa Johnson, a multi-six-figure business coach, and in 2 years, I've built a business online where I make 80% of my income from passive and semi-passive income streams. How many of you have tried to sell a course, membership, group program, or maybe even a workshop before, and nobody booked on, or you didn't get the results you wanted? Let me know in the comments below. Lots of my private clients have come to me and said, I've launched, but nobody bought it. The course just wasn't good enough. The truth is, that's rarely true. When I ask how they launched it, they say, well, I told everyone about it. When I ask how many times, a couple. That simply isn't enough these days. Remember that it used to take 7 touch points to sell to someone. It's now 27. So talking about something once or twice just is never going to cut it. This year, I've had 2 six-figure launches because I don't make the mistakes I see others doing. I'm going to tell you the 5 mistakes so you can launch knowing you're already steps ahead. 1. They have no launch strategy at all. They just tell people on Facebook their product is now out. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to do a proper launch. It's strategic. Certain ways of launching work much better than others, and it's why you see them online time and time again. Plan out exactly what you will do each day of the launch and stick to it. There should be a mixture of launch strategies in your overall strategy. Things like social media, email marketing, and other ways to get people's eyes on your business. I'll go into some of these ways of launching in more detail next week. You should be looking at the most likely objections people are going to have and countering them in your marketing. Warming up your audience for your passive income product should start weeks before cart open date. Exploring your customers' pain points so they understand why you have the solution that's perfect for them. Number 2, they launch exactly the same way as they did a couple of years ago. Launching changes all the time. Our audiences, they're not stupid. They're skeptical, and they should be. We've all been burned by being sold to online. So now we're choosier. We need to adapt to the newest launching techniques all the time. Just as offline marketing changes, so does online marketing. And you should be looking at what you're best at when it comes to launching. Just because your competitors are launching one way doesn't mean that you should. Utilize your skills. I most often use video in my launches because that's what I'm best at, and it's also where I feel more comfortable. Have a think about what would work for you. Number 3, they only use automation methods. Look, I love a bit of automation as much as the next person, but those automated webinars and emails will only get you so far to get your course launched. Mix in some high-touch methods if you want brilliant results. It's really worth it. We aren't in the days where you can just do a recorded webinar and expect to make 6 figures. Did you used to be able to do this? Yeah, 2 years ago. As long as you put a bit of money into Facebook ads, it was a bit like a cash cow. It isn't enough anymore unless you're already a huge name, and it shouldn't be enough. Your potential buyers want to see that you care and that they're not just a number. And so they should. Talk to them, ask them what their objections are, make sure your product actually is a good fit for them. And don't feel bad to turn down clients if it's not a good fit. I can't tell you the amount of potential clients that I've had a phone call with and told them my course probably isn't right for them, and I've pointed them in the direction of somebody else. Because to me it's about honesty. They've then recommended my course to several other people because they know then that I'm trustworthy. Take the time to send messages or video to those who you think you can help. Tell them why. Invite them on short calls to have a conversation with you. These high-touch methods are what is separating those who are having huge launches to those whose launches are flopping right now. Number 4, they screw up their money mindset. This one sounds weird, but distance yourself from the outcome of the launch. When you're so stressed about how much money you're going to make from the launch or how many people you're going to get into the course or membership, you're going to hugely affect your mindset. If on day 1 of open cart you're panicking because nobody's bought, you'll then go into meltdown mode. All this does is stop you taking the actions you really need to take to sell the course. That strategy that we talked about earlier. Instead, don't put all your success markers for the launch on money. If during the launch you get 100 more people following your page or going into your group, that's success on its own. Those people will likely buy from you further down the line. And if it's your first launch and you only get a few people in, you at least now know your conversion rates. And you'll get some ace testimonials because you'll be able to serve your small pool of clients so much better, which is going to really help with your next launch. Number 5, the biggest one I see, people launching too early before they've grown an audience to sell to. If you have 200 people in your audience, industry average says you're likely to sell to 1 to 2 of them, which means if you want more people, you need to grow your audience first. It's not a race. It's much better to grow and nurture an amazing audience of ideal clients and sell to them when they're ready. So to recap, don't make these 5 mistakes I see so often. Instead, 1, make sure you have a strategy. 2, keep up with new launching strategies. Don't rely on what you've always seen. And 3, use high-touch launching strategies added to your automation. 4, don't put all your success markers on the money, because it's going to ruin your money mindset. And 5, grow an audience first. I'll be back next week to tell you about the most common launch methods my clients are using right now. To make sure you don't miss it, click the bell to subscribe, and I'll see you right here next week. And remember, if I can do this, you can do it too.